point is that someone is coming in for the first time that you do not know, coming in to treat your husband or your wife or your child, whoever that the person is coming to treat. Your instinct should tell you, I need to ask questions. You ask questions. You can't just allow a stranger to come.
Your question, does he verify? How do you verify a nurse?
Okay, so how do you verify?
How do you verify it? That is what I asked you. Underline the word verify.
How you verify is to ask questions. You ask her questions. You ask
What do you verify
questions
against? What do you verify your questions against?
Hold on, please. Hold on and stop yelling. If you have a wife at home, you do not yell at other people's wives.
I didn't yell.
Okay?
Make your point and answer the question, please.
So now what you need to do, you need to ask them for their badge. And I do understand that most people in Nigeria, I'm not sure if I think they do have badges. You ask her for a badge. Ma'am, do you practice at an hospital? You ask questions. You ask them questions to legalize what they are trying to do to your husband. You can't just allow somebody come in with injections and start injecting your husband. You ask them questions. Can I see your badge? Then you verify through a badge. Ask questions. How many years experience do you have? Do you have 2 years practicing as an auxiliary nurse or an MP or an RON or maybe a doc? You ask questions and let them answer you. By asking questions and interrogating the nurse, then you know if she's quack or not.
What if the person?
Okay, again.
What if the person have died
wait,
before that?
Abati, wait. Again, the aristocrat's question has not been answered. You want to see a badge. One is not a clinical setting, and they may not have a badge. But even if they had the badge, they'll just show that they are qualified nurse. If you ask them, how long have you been doing that? They say 10 years. I've been working in a whatever hospital for 10 years as a nurse. The question is, how do you verify? Verify is the word. You can ask 100 questions, but how do you verify? If they if she said
verify, like I told you, you ask her, at least if she's an auxiliary nurse or a nurse, does she work somewhere?
Okay, if you ask her if she's a nurse, and she says she's a nurse, where do you? Oh, I've been working at St. Nicholas for 15 years. How do you then say? What will you then do?
Well, maybe you call where she worked at and verify.
And someone is in excruciating pain.
And you are doing all of this, can you imagine?
And someone is inside that is...
state. If
wait. Are they doing? This was what I said. No. Are they doing? We said, let's be educational.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and if we want to be educational, you need to be an educator. Take yourself out of every other realm. The truth of the matter is this. There are some situations where you cannot actually verify until there is a problem before you go know whether the lawyer where they handle your case for court lawyer wey run from school or lawyer wey no run from school. You don't know. There are a lot of quack doctors. There are people who have been going to their clinic. They've been delivering babies. They've been aborting pregnancy. They've been treating people until something happens that you will know they are quack lawyers. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So the question is how to verify is probably for us to say, we could see that in Nigeria, even the medical association or the government have not done enough for people to verify people that do this thing. How well have they been able to sanitize the industry so that even if you need home services, you call the right people?
So now,
and you know that you can call them. So there is no way to verify.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question. According to what I heard, from what I know, that most nurses, in Nigeria, the auxiliary nurses, they do have a number. Okay, they have to be registered. Okay, so if you're an RON, in Nigeria, let's say you finish from UCH, okay, or you finish from Lutz. Okay, now let's use, UCH, University of Ibadan. You finish from, UCH as, not as a nurse, as a student nurse, but you've not taken your exams yet, to become a nurse. But after that, you are given a number. Okay? And that number is a certification number. Okay? And that number verifies you. Even if you decide to move, let's say, for example, you move to England and you want to become a nurse in England, they will actually use that number to trace you to make sure that you actually finish from University of Ibadan.
All right. Sorry.
Hold on.
You are saying
no. Activated.
You got it wrong. You got it wrong.
How? Tell me.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
We are speaking English. You know me, I went to night school. So big English, I don't really understand. Let me ask you a question. What is the meaning of auxiliary?
Well, auxiliary nurse is someone...
No, I didn't say auxiliary nurse. What is the meaning of auxiliary?
Well, auxiliary, to me, is someone who is not, I think, someone, auxiliary is somebody to me. Let me put it in the medical terms. Is someone who is not licensed. Not licensed.
We are in educative.
Hold on, Mr. Aristotle. And can only
we are in an educative environment.
Hold on.
Nothing is wrong.
And can only practice.
Please go on.
Hold on. And can only practice within a scope. Okay? Auxiliary nurse can only practice within their scope under the supervision of a registered nurse or a doctor.
What section?
All right.
Okay, that's what I believe.
Let's do like this. Okay, wait, Adedoyi, let's do like this. Because we are in an educative mood. Like everybody on this panel, we have to work. Habati, please search your Google. What is the meaning of auxiliary? 1. Number 2, what is the meaning of auxiliary nurse? And Omodi, you've not spoken since. Please search, how do you verify an auxiliary nurse? Because for me, let's get the real meaning before we now begin to put it and begin to check if truly you can verify an auxiliary nurse.
Auxiliary means someone that
supports.
Auxiliary means someone that supports or
assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Is an assistant. For example, mechanic will always come with the apprentice to carry block. Give me spanner. Give me this. Yes. Even arm robber will come with someone that cannot shoot but can watch. They are auxiliary, but they are not actually licensed to do the job. Every job has assistant manager, assistant supervisor, but that person is not in that office. Therefore, an auxiliary nurse, by the definition, is not a nurse yet. Is an assistant nurse, and the assistant is predicated. Wait, madam, let me finish. The assistant is The assistant of an auxiliary nurse is determined by the nurse. Help me carry that bandage. Help me carry this. Help me do vital. They need to take instruction of what to do. Therefore, they are under the supervision of a certified nurse. Now, in a situation where someone that is not certified, there is no way to verify whether you are, because you are not under the radar of certification. So I don't know where they get number from. If they are yet to be satisfied, you have not graduated to be an engineer, and they are saying that I am an engineer to be. Which institute will be verifying an engineer to be? Nobody will verify, because until you are verified and certified, that is when you will be given a form of identification. So the question still goes back, and I think this is knowledge for everybody. How, understanding that in our climate, like Nigeria, and Chairman said something earlier, and we all know, in many suburbs, Ikorodu, Ekpe, and all Ekiti Gbogbo, you find out that they majorly have PH centers, primary health centers. The nurses that are there, and they also have auxiliary nurse who help them. But many a times, because these people are working in the hospital, people erroneously call them because their money is cheaper to say, help me treat, and they always prescribe. And people attribute to them the role of nurse. So now the question is, how do we verify someone is auxiliary and someone is a certified nurse? Understanding the importance of knowing that
come up if you have any contribution.
In this case, that is the question I'm asking. Are they doing? So I don't think that is a number to identify auxiliary nurse.
Okay,
I mean, cannot identify them by number.
Aristocrat, hold on. I'm actually getting tired now, so sorry. So just let me see what I.
You don't know anything.
Okay. All right. Okay, good for you.
I don't think she's talking to you. I don't think she's talking to you. She probably did not know she's up.
Oh, okay. All right. So I just
I'm so sorry. Can you drop me, please? I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, I know you didn't mean that. You probably did not know you were up. Sorry.
Okay, so I just verified something right now. Actually, auxiliary nurses are not actually permitted to practice out of their scope in Nigeria. They are not.
Thank you.
They don't have any scope.
Hold on, please.
Are they doing?
Hold
They
on,
don't
give me a
have any
second,
scope.
please. Excuse me, sir. Just give me a minute. They are not allowed. So now, and I think this is an opportunity for the Nigerian government to actually give auxiliary nurses or auxiliary nurse, numbers, to verify them. Okay. So the point is not whether an auxiliary nurse should practice or whether they should not practice. The point is, when someone comes into your house to treat a loved one, should you verify that person? Should you? And should you allow an auxiliary nurse to come into your house to treat your loved one, knowing that they are quack? I will say no. This is a big lesson to everyone who is listening, that you should never allow anyone who is not a registered nurse, who is not a nurse practitioner, or who is not a doctor, to come into your house to treat your loved ones. It is a lesson learned. It is not an argument to be, we're not supposed to be going back and forth. Who is an auxiliary nurse? No. We need to take, the key point we need to take here is that because of Mohbad incident, everyone needs to be mindful and careful not to allow just anyone to come in. Maybe Wummi did not know. Maybe Wummi, might have allowed an auxiliary nurse to treat her in the past. Maybe she might have used them. Maybe she herself did not know. She just allowed this lady in, knowing that Spendi recommended the auxiliary nurse. Maybe she trusted Spendi. Are we going to blame her for that? Personally, I would say no, I wouldn't blame her, because according to what Aristocrat said, that is their practice in Lekki. I don't know, maybe a section of the Lekki. Okay? All right? Maybe a section of Lekki. But I think, and Lekki have mobile hospitals.
Not a submission per se.
Not only Lekki.
Aristocrat
Not
will
only
not
Lekki.
be quoted somewhere. He gave an example, so we just know how.
So I don't want to go back and forth with Aristocrat. I think I like what you said. You said it. You've analyzed it, and I think I concur with what you said. And I really take that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Please,
so much.
let me also correct something. A nurse does not have the scope to come and treat anybody at home. A nurse cannot
in Nigeria,
prescribe.
right? In Nigeria, I think they do.
No. Even in Nigeria, no. It's a wrong practice. It's because people enable them. A nurse, it is a doctor that will check you, prescribe, do everything. They send you to the dispensary. In the dispensary, if you need to be injected, a nurse will do that. If they need to set a line into your hand, it is a doctor that sets the line. It's not even the nurse. The nurse are there to assist the doctor. Once the lines are set, the nurse can now assist to set the water and everything. You don't even puncture. But if you want to give injection, the nurse gives injection. If you want to do vital, the nurse does that because they are assisting. That is a full nurse, so not auxiliary. Why the pharmacy, when a doctor prescribes drugs, the pharmacy will look at it and pick the right drugs because the doctor will have said a lot of things. Now, going further, people should learn that whether it is auxiliary, whether it is nurse, they cannot come to your house and treat anybody without a doctor present. It is the doctor that will tell the nurse what to do. It is the doctor that has the knowledge to diagnose or prognose or whatever knows they want to give to you and say, oh, what I'm seeing, I presume this is this. There could be infection. We need this, we need that. Nurse, please go to the dispensary, take this and this and this, and administer as prescribed. Doctors don't inject people. They don't. Their job is to look at the situation, prescribe. Nurses will come to assist in this area. And I think when people understand this, because this, like I said, this is educative. When people understand that it is not good for nurses, even certified, to be coming to your house to say, I get malaria, I'm sick, you go call nurse. Nurse come say, na malaria you get. Who told her you get malaria? Has she done a test? Is she a laboratory, a lab scientist? You know, all these things we need to educate ourselves.
Try and error.
To educate ourselves.
No. I take
that very well. So that when we educate ourselves, we don't allow some things.
I think you said it right.
Sorry.
You know, lastly, sorry, Abati. Lastly, sorry, Abati. You see, in an hospital setting, an auxiliary nurse, they have their uniform. A nurse have their uniform. So it is easy for you to identify them.
That's right. You're right.
And nurses always carry badges. And you can identify the matron from other nurses and the auxiliary. So in that setting where you should identify them, they are seen. They don't need number. They are seen because the hospital have created the same way you will see the doctor wearing their overall, the same way you will see the gate man. But outside the hospital, people need to understand one thing. The practice of calling nurse, come and treat me at home, is a wrong practice. It is good when everything is good. But when there is bege, kasala don't burst too. Thank you very much.
Well, I hope they change that in Nigeria. I hope this Mohbad's case, will make the government, change a lot of, quack, practices in Nigeria. I hope this will help them look at things in a different way. So, and I think
change. It is change. Sincerely, it is change. I'm saying this because I work in primary health sector in Nigeria. I do a lot of philanthropic job at the grassroots when it comes to primary. As a matter of fact, I'm a chairman of a ward when it comes to health. So I've done all these things. I understand. I've gone to training.
So have they changed the problem? Have they changed that?
Now, see, in Nigeria, it is not the practice. Try to get something. It is the people that must change the practice.
Exactly.
Government have put law there. Government have done their own. Government have done their own. People refuse. It is people that go to Baba Bamishe when they want to give birth and believe Efumilagbo, Mashe Ibiye, I'll do all that. Now them they do them, but they know what to do. See, let me share an experience with you. I was at a primary health center one day. This woman have been going to regular Alagbo, and she had a bridge. When she went to the Alagbo said she had bridge. They told her to take some Agbo. That was when her husband, not even her husband, her Alabasu, because she's not married, all those small children. It was because of complication that she ran to the primary health center. And it's bridge. And primary health cannot do CS or do operation. They need to go to general hospital. At the end of the day, we fought tooth and nail, but the child died. They saved the mother. And this is what happened. They don't do antenatal. They don't do all that. Now, when they won't give birth, that they do, no, save me. At the end of the day, they don't even have kobo in the pocket. You see, this tradition as things that is mitigating against the effort of the government. Yes, we all blame government, but sincerely speaking, in health sector, government have tried. And let's take it back to this Mohbad matter. Look at young people, 23, 21, 26, 25, not going to the hospital, even though they are living in Lekki that is regarded as up-class area. That hospital is closer to them. 5 minutes walk, 10 minutes walk, 3 minutes drive. They no go hospital. They call nurse to come sit them for house. Is it government that will change that or them to change it? Government only sets